Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is Visch Donahue's Gelgoog ground type. This is actually a request from Brian, who wanted a recommendation as to a Gelgoog that was good for mid to short range use. And I end up using it to really good effect in that role here. As with anything else, it really kind of depends on the round and the team you end up with, because I will admit that I had a bunch of really tough rounds leading up to this one, but when you're in the right place with it, when you're in the right mood and the right mindset, you can do pretty great things with it. The things that set it apart that make it good for short to mid range. I'm using the bazooka here just because for short range melee combos that is very useful, but also it has this double hit downswing, which does a lot of damage, as you can see. Also has some wrist weapons for some extra stun and damage options. And it also has double dodge roll. So yeah, it has a lot of good tools for short range use. So that is my pick for Brian here. I'm sending for help because I am fighting two things at once, and that's not a good thing to be doing. Got a Proto Gundam and a Freet Noct. Good news is the Noct is nearly dead, and I have just about, I've got 2 raids is what I've got, and I've got type advantage on both of them. I lucked out there. The Noct ran directly into my bazooka shell, and now it's time to fight the Proto. And I am not really intent on letting it get away, but it well might. We've still got jamming, so they've got to have another Noct or another jamming mobile suit around somewhere. Either that or there was just lag. Did not quite time that right. Ran out of, did not tackle in time, did not get out of the way of that, so caught a couple of big downswings with the beam javelin. Beam javelin. Right, correct name. Good for me. And it is nearly dead. And I am kind of intent on getting this kill myself just because, well, it chased me down and I kind of wanted to reward it. And every once in a while, yep, that's a Nemo there. Tagged it with half of the downswing. It was dodge rolling, so I got the damage but not the knockdown. I probably should have gone in for melee, but I thought that my teammate there probably would too, and I didn't want to trip over them when I have a bunch of decent ranged options for stacking damage on a downed enemy. So yeah. Oops, got caught by a high mobility Zaku. Love those things. Those are great mobile suits too. And it's the late model, it's the R2, so it handles a little bit differently, but it can still use the simplified rocket launcher. They call it a missile launcher, but it's more of a rocket launcher from everything I've heard from people. I am not good with these terminologies. I came into Gundam, as I've said before, from the robot fan side, not the military hardware fan side. So that is kind of a world I am not conversant in. So thank you, as always, to everybody who reads me in on these things, corrects me on things, gives me information. I am always grateful for that in my comments. I've got really good commenters, so thank you all. And let's see, yeah, getting some wrist gatling in, which, as you saw, was enough to stun. And got the memo. And there's something behind me shooting me, so I can dodge roll again to turn around. Haimo Zaku is running away, which I probably shouldn't be chasing it, and now that someone has popped in next to me, I'm not. And that Proto might get me. Nope, it got away. It's probably going to fire on... Nope, I think... That's probably the Nemo. It may be using the Jim Beam rifle. No, it was a Jim 3, which would also be using a Jim Beam rifle. So there you go. But we're doing all right here. 5,200 to 3,400. Minute left until the ace is selected. And yeah, not bad. But yeah, the Visch Gelgoog I think I'm doing fairly well with here. Spacing that downswing can be difficult. The first half is pretty similar to your average Gelgoog downswing, but goes in the other direction. So this, if you want to just alternate between this and the DJ, you will get more used to that pattern, I think. So yeah, because it curves to the lower left, I believe, whereas the standard Gelgoog ends by the right foot. Which, again, these are things, yeah, yep, just like that. Yeah, I think I'm actually a little bit better with the Visch Gelgoog's downswing now that I've been playing the DJ lately, because, yeah, very similar on the first stroke there. Second one, as I said, is an addition, but... And that Freet Noct thought they had me, but that's why you always work the legs when you're fighting something, because Somebody can think they have you dead to rights and be out of feet. Like that. And I'm the ace, and I held that attack on purpose for a half second just because I thought I would probably be the ace, and luckily I was right. So, now, got that memo. Yeah, so I'm doing fairly well, I would say. I am doing good damage as the ace, I am getting kills as the ace, I am doing all the ace things that an ace needs to ace. I shouldn't have done that tackle, though. That was a mistake, but I should have time to make a kill anyway. Missed that. Not quite ready with the grenades. Grenades are now ready. Trying desperately to get that kill before everybody else kills me, because I am now sticking my neck out far too far, and I cannot fault anybody or anything for not backing me up there. I was really getting out ahead of myself. It was bad. Somebody else got the kill. That's fine. We are so far ahead. It's not too detrimental at this stage. Somebody else did send Ace can handle this, though, just as a reminder, which, you know, people, I get cranky with my tells, too. I get it. I feel it. But I was being pretty laid back at this point, because once, I'll be honest, once I held that kill on the Proto until after I became an ace, I was feeling pretty good about this, so I was not really worrying about what anyone else was doing as long as I stayed with them and did what I could do. Which, yeah, I'm trying to pull back now because I'm almost out of health. And now I'm going to make a little bit of a mistake. It looks like I have a fair amount of cover. It looks like most of the pathways to me are covered, so even though the Ifrit Nacht is in the area, I am cautiously going to set down and do some repairs, and it's really not a good idea. As you can see, someone's coming around the corner at me. That's not good. I tackled out. I probably should have dodge rolled, and yeah, I just got straight up killed because that was, yeah, a series of mistakes. Which, when you get to feeling good and feeling confident, is pretty much, you know, there's an opportunity for that to follow. You kind of need to keep yourself in check there when you start feeling a confidence like that. Especially since we're now 300 points down with 50 seconds left, which is not great. There is, I think that's one of the team members realizing I just blew our lead. And, yeah, my God, they say. But I'm about to make it back up. Yep, Proto was undefended and very weak, so I was able to finish that off. And, the same person was appreciative, so... Oh, do they have two Protos? Is that what's going on? At least two things with a Gundam, you know, a Gundam-type body, it looks like. Either way, that is another ace kill. And, yeah, 12 seconds left. We don't have an insurmountable lead, but if we can keep him getting killed by the Zaku there, we should be good. I am kind of thinking of pursuing with as little time as there is left, but it is all the way up there, so I can't do it. So I came back out here. And yeah, so a couple of minor mistakes, but they didn't cost us the round. I made some mistakes, but I earned them back, and that is the power of Visch Donahue's Gelgoog, though this is, to be fair, probably the best round I have ever played with it. 9,000 of our 14,000 points are mine, 87,000 damage. I was targeted 21% of the time by the enemy team. And I seem to recall the other numbers are good as well. Yes, 10 kills, 3 deaths. So that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. I hope you liked the round, Brian, and if you get Visch Donahue's Gelgoog, I hope you enjoy it. But until next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! Let me tell you, after you kind of struggle with the request for a while, there's nothing that feels quite as good as nailing it like that. Because that is, like I said, that's pretty sure that is the best Visch Gelgoog round I have ever played. So I'm happy to be able to show that off.